Okay. Alright, we're going live now. Right. This one I wanted to check is I wanted to check like okay, it says we're live now, so
It's saying we're live.
We are live. All right. See,
We are live.
so I've got it figured out now.
Sound.
Okay.
Okay.
Good evening. And
We're not even ready. We haven't got the mic.
oh, that's a good point. Yeah, we haven't got the mic. Let's get the mic in.
We're just like.
I would have thought we would have figured this out.
I know. We're so pro. I'm not even sat in the right place. Okay, so I'm just gonna move across.
Good evening.
Right. Good evening.
And welcome to another live stream.
First off,
Yes.
we're gonna start off by saying, sorry we're late.
Are we late? Yes.
We are. We're an hour late.
We're an hour late.
I had a last minute change of shift at work because there was sickness at work, so I had to change my shift. So I was meant to be working the morning shift. I ended up working the afternoon shift, which means I didn't get out of work until 20 to 7.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
So
quickly,
sorry for being
quickly
late.
came home, ate, fed the kids and everything.
Yeah.
When I do that, by the way, it's because I'm like literally.
You're combing your eyebrows, aren't you?
My eyebrows are like they're not on fleek. You know, they're not on fleek. They need this.
Yeah.
Because I get some crazy brow stuff.
I actually did my eyebrows this morning.
Can you-
my
I've
eyebrows
always-
are pretty good.
I've asked you to do mine.
I like my eyebrows.
Can you do my eyebrows? Could you just trim them for
No.
me, please? I've got some hairs like real crazy.
I know.
It's just not. I would like it.
Maybe I like them.
I don't like them. Hi to Michelle. Thank you for popping in. Michelle Latham. Thanks for popping in,
Hello.
Michelle. Pete's Retro Collectibles. We've got Sam Reselling Polly, Claire Thompson, Diane, George Ross Retro Reselling, Thrift Vintage. We've got Money Mental UK. We have got She's Always Flipping Mandy, South London Reseller, Deep Fried Deals, the one and the only BC Pizzle, Bum Crack Picker, BCP. Thank you for popping in. Thrift Beast, CQ as well. Joan, RJ, Double Karma, Peter Ray, Sammy Fizzy, Vintage Vandal. Wow, thank you guys for popping in. Really
Yes, thank
appreciate it. Yeah, that is a hair mouth fleek. Yeah, Michelle says I do the same thing. I feel like I do it without thinking. I just caught myself
You
in
do.
the
You do it all
monitor.
the time.
Because we can see ourselves in the monitor, obviously, in the webcam. And I do it, and it's because I'm so conscious, because I've got some real long uns at the ends, and they really do go, they kind of like, you know, like in The Thing, you have not seen The Thing, have you?
No.
Like, you know, like these little, wiry hair. I don't like it.
I have not.
Junk Girl, The Hills, John at YLM, Icon Retro, Embrace the Brow, says Claire Thompson. Hi, Claire. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's difficult to embrace them when they're in the stage they're at. They're getting a bit cray. But, you know, I'm going to have to deal with them for now. Hi, Zaheer Bec's listed any more jumpers, says Janet. And I have listed some stuff. I don't know if there's any jumpers.
I don't think there's any jumpers.
I don't think there's any jumpers involved. Although... we're getting a return on the corduroy trousers that I sold because
someone listed them as brown.
Yeah, I listed these trousers as brown, and apparently they're not brown. They're like green.
Yeah.
I think they're meant to be like a mossy green. I remember someone saying...
I think we're going to have a bit of a problem with you and clothing.
No, these are teething... These
are teething problems, are they?
Yeah,
it's costing us returns at the moment.
It's a cost of business. It happens. It's like minor. Don't worry about it. They're fine. But yeah, I sold these horrible... Well, some people thought they were horrible corduroys.
So
and yeah,
they're gonna come back to us. These ones.
Yeah,
they?
I think.
Are you gonna try and put it up on screen?
If I can share it, because I want to see what people think. Because I know I called them brown, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
And they look brown in the photos as well, I think.
No,
can you guys
like a green, aren't they?
Can you guys tell me what you think of these? Okay, I sold these as brown. And the photos make them look brown, but when I showed them in person, I think, when I was doing like a haul video, I think some people saw these and I think they described these cords
I think
as like...
Yeah, I don't think it's shown the colour properly because when you actually pick them up, they do actually look
brown, do they?
No,
they
look
green.
They look like
I
green.
think they... See, I've just seen that and I thought, oh, that's brown as hell. You know?
Yeah, that looks brown in the photos.
Khaki green, says Sammy Fizzy.
Yeah.
Dark olive. See, that's the thing. When people saw them, like, legit... it looked different, and I sold them as brown. And
yes, and so they're coming back to us.
So unfortunately they're coming back because they were the wrong colour.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a.
You might get to keep them after all.
I might get to I might get to rock them after all. I might get to olive. Yes, says Sammy Fizzy. Yeah. So.
I mean, it's our mistake.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
We have to suck this one up.
We will have to suck that up. Definitely, it happens. We've got the upside down picker as well in the chat. Hi there.
Hello.
Thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. George Wright has popped in as well. Hi, George. Nice Chinese and a pint tonight, says RJ. Oh, okay, cool. And Claire Riley's in the chat as well. Fix it for reselling. Hi there. Thanks for popping in. That's coming back to us. That was a bit of a bummer. It's been one of those weeks where we've had a few returns, haven't we?
Yeah. Everyone feels it sometimes, don't they? You get one of those weeks where you're like, you get the first return, you were like, yep, I'm just waiting for the others. And it's felt a bit like that this week.
Yeah, I mean, we got a return where we sold a one of those wireless Guitar Hero dongles. And it was basically, the ones that for the PlayStation, they're wireless and they allow you to connect your controller to the PlayStation console. And we sold it to some guy, where was it, in Turkey, I think it was. And he found one cheaper, like, please could you turn your mic up a tad? I don't think we can.
I don't think we can.
I think we might have to just move closer. Move closer.
Is it me?
It's probably
Is it me?
Yeah, it's most likely you.
I'll try and move while Alfie's on my lap. You won't like it, but hey.
Yeah. We had like what's it called? This item and this wireless dongle, and the guy in Turkey bought it from us, and then he decided that he found one cheaper locally.
Okay, that's
and he was quite honest about it, and he was like, I'm happy to obviously pay the return cost. And he used DHL shipping to ship this to us.
Oh yeah, he did.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was one of those things where it's like, we're not refunding him the cost of his DHL. We just charged like £5 for shipping or whatever, and we just sent it as a standard parcel. But still, it's on its way back. Sorry, both of you think I'm going deaf, says the Hills. Not at all.
Yeah,
it's just,
I think it's just
it's
yeah,
Rebecca.
it's me. It's whenever I sit away from the mic, it's a bit more.
And you speak really quiet as well.
Should I put my loud voice
put your loud voice on.
My loud voice.
Put your loud voice on. And also, Wolfcat says, did you wash the trousers? That may have given a better clue about the real colour. They were clean.
Yeah.
So yeah, I that happened. They come like in bunches, don't they? Yeah. And then you've had some comments that wound you up as well, like messages.
Oh, that's just because I'm just a bit of a hothead. So.
A bit of a 0 to 100.
Any message set me off.
Just
really.
What were the ones that set you off this week that we had?
Right, there was the guy with like sending it back through DHL.
Yeah, but that was
No, because you know what frustrates me? He kept asking me for like my address and like the my telephone number as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, all of it, one, is actually on the listing. And two, if he just printed out the return label, he wouldn't need to do like the
DHL and all that jazz, yeah.
And it was just annoying me because he wasn't following what he should have been following, which I understand.
And you're a stickler for the rules, aren't you?
I am. I like sticking to the rules. And if you don't do what the rules are, then,
you don't go around the leaf,
You do not go around the leaf.
No, you wait until someone removes the leaf.
Yes. And then you go and carry on.
That's just how you roll.
That's just how I roll.
So that happened, but other than that, it's been okay. Sales have picked up this week, definitely. We've definitely seen an improvement. I was actually at the point where I was considering cutting down our web interpret. Some of you guys will know that we have a system of a service called Web Interpret running on our radio control parts store. And sales overall in that store had dropped so much, and it would kind of gotten to the stage where we were thinking, is it even worth having the Web Interpret? But just as I was having a chat with the Web Interpret people about maybe going down to the pay-as-you-go method or whatever, sales started to pick up, and we started to get sales from Europe again. So it was one of those things. It was just, it was just happening. What's these comments? Let's have a look. Zaheer, after seeing your clothing hauls. I've been buying clothes also this week, says RJ. Cool. Sometimes it's good to wear brown pants when you might have accidents. That's a good reason.
There's a good reason to wear brown pants.
Richard Halstead had the same sort of thing. Buy sent an item back, parcel force 24. I sent it second class for £3. His choice, and he paid for it.
Yeah.
Shazad has popped in. Hi. Mandy says, "Are you even here, Z? Why did you say that?"
Oh.
I don't know.
Is it the sound?
Is it the
Have
sound?
you messed with the sound?
I've not messed with the sound. Can you guys hear us okay?
I'm hoping it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know why Mandy said that. Are you even here, Z? I'm not sure. What's is there something wrong with the stream? Please someone tell us. Is the stream okay? Can you hear us and see us okay?
I'm hoping we're all okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Please just put into the chat if you can hear us okay. I hear you both fine.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay, Jungle.
Okay,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much. It's working fine. Stream is fine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bec rules. Say if you're not subbed to her channel, you must do it or she'll get angry. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, BCP.
BCP's just put the link in. BCP's just put the link in there for Rebecca's YouTube channel where she does stuff like Stitching Bitch. Well, she will at some point.
Yeah. I am actually going to start those up again. I just need to kind of
fantastic.
get that started.
So it's Mandy just causing problems from my end. So thanks, Mandy.
So it's all your fault, Mandy.
We're in this professional show, right?
Oh yeah, did you see the stars here?
It's
I'm
professional.
sorry, Mike was
right?
over there. We weren't even sitting in the right places.
And we're like, I've got a dog, I've got a dog for the views.
Yep.
You get the back end.
You get the back end of the dog.
Get the back end of the dog for views. There you go. People like dogs. I don't know if they like that end, but
no.
This is the end.
This is the end he wants to show.
This is the end we're showing. And then we were all like talking about our topic and everything. And then Mandy comes in and tries to throw us off our game there. Janet says, was wondering what you'd been knitting, Bex. What are you knitting at the moment?
Just a jumper. Just a jumper.
Just a jumper.
At the minute. Yeah.
Just a jumper. And Tracy has popped in, uniquely me.
Hello.
Thanks for popping in, Tracy. How are you? Hope you're well. And Peter Ray says, congrats, Zaheer Bec on 150 Chinwags. Yes!
I know. The thing is, I said to Zaheer, aren't you going to put anything else in the title? And he goes, nope.
It's 150.
That's it.
We've done this 150 times. 150 times.
And you guys have been nice enough
to be watching. It's amazing. Wolfcat says, Zaheer Bec says, the day a show goes all smooth from start to finish, that'll be the day you may stop YouTubing. It's been pretty amazing that we've managed to actually keep doing this.
I know. I know we've probably missed a few weeks in between for this and that, but yeah.
Yeah, so Alf's back end is the extra special feature.
It is today.
You know what? We didn't really think about doing anything for the 150th
we should have thought about
chat.
This, right?
We should have done it.
Unprepared we are, right?
See, Ads is on this type of stuff. When he gets to a milestone,
we should have done something.
We should have done something. Can we just pretend that it's Alf's Starfish?
No.
This is called Alf Starfish Special.
That's not a great special, is it?
If you're a dog lover. No?
No. He doesn't even want his face on. He'll just turn around. He'll just be like, no.
Showing his face. Yeah, I think we should call this the Alf Starfish Special.
No, I don't think so.
This is the 100 Chinwag 150.
No.
And guess what Alf Starfish Special spells as an acronym? ASS. See? That works in both ways. See?
Oh, no. No, I don't think so.
Well, okay, fair enough. Z, you're gross, says Mandy. Thanks. Yeah, okay, so we're not going to do that.
No.
We're not going to do that. So let's talk Alf's Rusty Sheriff's Badge. Oh, nice one, Richard. I know that one as well. Rusty Sheriff's Badge. Z, keeping it classy. Always. Ruthie's117 says, ladies live earlier. Very good chat, ladies. I've not seen it yet. We just come in.
I always miss it, to be quite honest. Yeah. I'm either on my way home from work, normally, or like today.
Look at the nails. Look. So I was just they're
quite bright actually, aren't they?
Bec's been doing her own acrylic nails.
Yeah, I have. Yeah. This is like the third set I've done now.
Yeah. Wow,
But yeah.
that's quite off topic, but
I know,
if you
enjoying
subscribe
it,
to
so-
Bec's channel, then you might see those.
I'm enjoying
She did a
it.
video about them, putting them all on.
Yeah, but I might have to like
redo it.
because I'm getting better at it.
Oh, you were a noob in that video.
Yeah, I was a noob in that video.
Man.
I'm actually getting a lot better at it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Kevin says, "Wow, 3 years of the Chinwag." Yes, it is. It's been 3 years. It's been incredible.
Really, we really should have thought.
We should have thought about.
this.
You know what? Ads is always on the case when he gets to certain
The
milestones.
thing
He'll
is,
do a
right,
special.
a lot of the
we always
time,
forget.
we don't even know what number Chinwag we are on.
We do now. It's 150.
Yeah, that's because we sat down and we looked at the screen and we were like, oh, it was 149 last week.
Thinking-
It's
I was
150.
thinking I could do a giveaway. Does anyone want to like win one of my old Nestle shirts? I don't know. They might still have BO, might not. I don't know if they've been washed or not. I don't know.
I have washed them.
She's washed them.
Because
I won't be wearing them.
because at the point that I washed them, you were going back into work.
Yeah, and they were a size too big even for me, so they're huge. They're like a
Yeah.
3XL, so they're like a tent. But you know, I don't know. That's a rubbish prize,
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it? Really?
rubbish. Who would
Yeah.
want your old
I'm
work
trying to
shirt?
offload some.
I know.
All right. Let's talk about.
We should talk about sales. shouldn't we?
Sales.
Oh,
Can
oh,
you hire
Harry.
someone to stand in the corner to do sign language? Why, you can't understand what we're talking about?
I think it's the sound. Maybe you can't hear us.
Can you not hear us? Oh, I don't know. 150 ways to gross us out, says Mandy. 3 years of Chinwag already. Wow, in 37 years from now, you'll have to call it the turtleneck wag. Yes. It's the Nestle gazebos, these work clothes. Exactly, that's pretty much what it is, BCP. Right, let's talk about... yeah, you might have to restart
Yeah,
the hills.
try that.
Yeah, sound is fine. You might have to restart. I don't know why. It's some. I think Mandy had an issue as well. So we'll see what happens. 24-hour Fortnite this weekend, Z. I'm gonna play because I've not really played much of the new season. I need to do that. So I will do that at some point. But we'll get there.
And before we move on,
yeah.
Ashley is just asking, is saying, good evening. Question, what breed of dog is Alf? A pug cross. He is a pug cross. He's is called a puggle. He's mixed between a pug and a beagle. Oh, be careful with him. No, you've upset him now.
He's okay.
You've made him feel unsafe.
Oh.
See, you scared him.
Oh.
There we go. He's he's a pug beagle.
No, he's a pug. Yeah, he's a pug beagle.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do this.
No, he doesn't. You've moved him now, and he's not happy.
Okay. All right. He wants to get down now. Oh, okay. Now let's get to some. Should we do something sales related?
Yeah. Should we do some
we,
eBay?
We have now
and
chatted
sale talk
absolute rubbish for how many minutes? Too many minutes. 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you for popping in and listening to us talk rubbish for 17 minutes. Yeah, Alf's gone now. He's kind of sniffing
you
around for
upset
food.
him?
Yeah, no, he's sniffing around for food. So we're going to talk about some sales. Our sales, like I said, have popped up a little bit this weekend, which is surprising considering how much stuff is going on with eBay. It's just been, as you might have seen, a lot of like other YouTube channels, like the big YouTube channels like Riley Roots and like Rockstar Flipper and lots of other ones with lots of views and stuff. They've all made videos about the glitches that are happening on eBay, and you know it's been a very glitchy type of week, and it's very unsettling when you're trying to sell on eBay and the platform is so glitchy. It can unsettle you a little bit, make you feel a bit uneasy, a bit nervous, you know, like because you're counting on you know selling stuff on there, and when it's even giving you grief just to list stuff. Like I think earlier on I saw Fake Rachel post on Instagram where she was having to re-enter fields twice for them to be saved, because the first time she was entering stuff in the item specifics, it was all vanishing, so she'd have to re-enter everything back in the item specifics for it to stay. And I think a lot of people have had that. I think we've noticed it a couple of times where I've gone in and like all the item specifics that I just put into a listing that I was making go live vanish, and you have to just do it again. And then not to mention, if you've got a big inventory, like I think we had about 20 something listings which had required missing. And by the way, none of these were actually missing. None of these specifics were missing. They were all in the listing. They just didn't get moved into the right boxes by eBay when they added the new requirements. And then we had about like 73 or 74 which had recommended improvements, which we're still...
Yeah, I was going to say, we need to probably go through those.
Yeah, we need to go through those. But bearing in mind how glitchy it's been, it's picked up for us, which is nice. So we'll go into some graphs because we haven't done that. It's a sea of red details, people. They are switching search engines. Herein lies the problem, says Sail Away. And Shazad says getting close to the 100k month on eBay, 98,880 so far, which is insane. So yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. I'm glad now that my primary marketplace is Amazon, says Kenneth. That's the thing. It's it's really frustrating when you are relying on this stuff, because you're relying on this income, and a lot of us do rely on eBay heavily, and when stuff like this happens, it's really kind of unnerving, but considering that we've actually had an okay week, we've actually had one of our better weeks compared to the last couple of weeks. So yeah, we're gonna go in and share that with you. Ruthie says eBay, just when you think you know it, they add extra rules. Yeah, Ruthie, that's what happens. It just seems to be the way. I mean, it's all for the greater good, I suppose, because it's just going to mean that when people are buying clothes, they're going to have all that extra information, unless I've just put NA in everything. T-Cake says, when you think you're doing well with 10k a month, Shazad drop you back down to earth. I don't think it's like that, T-Cakes. I genuinely think he's genuinely excited to share it, and like I've spoken to Shazad a couple of times. He's a really, honestly, guys, because I've seen sometimes he gets a little bit of flack about posting his figures in the chat, and I actually think it's kind of inspiring to see what you can do. Evening all, I'm late to the party, says Andrea. Not at all. There's no party.
And I just want to point out, BCP is comment in the chat. Jazz from Aussie Thrifters
will be on Tracy's channel this weekend.
So
1:30 a.m. UK time.
So if you're not subbed to Tracy, you should be. But go and click on BCP's link.
And then stay up at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're not having any party here, Andrea. It's just we forgot to plan anything, really, didn't we?
Yeah.
just
yeah.
Just 150. That was it.
Well, to be quite honest, we didn't know it was the 150.
No, I didn't realise until
sat in front of the computer. Hey.
So, all right, let's go and do some sales. So we'll do some graphs quickly. Let me just transfer the screen across because we've not done our graphs yet, and we're 23 minutes in. So first graph, where you always see the everything is down. This is the RC store. As you can see, the RC store is down on last year by about over 50% in sales, 43% down in transactions, and 17% down in average selling price. So we've had £414 of sales this last 7 days on the RC store. Now, on first impressions, it is bad, and compared to what we were doing last year, it's obviously worse figures by a long way, by 50%. But the other way that I'm trying to look at it for myself and to stay more positive. Nick's popped in as well. Hi, Nick. Managed to catch you like the way I'm trying to look at it now, and this is something I've struggled with. You're a bit better at this than I am, like in terms of looking at the figures.
Well, because even though it looks really shocking on the RC store, to be 50% down on last year, you've got to bear in mind we've split the stores, and I'm going to sound like a broken record because I say that every time we share a graph, we have split the stores. We've got 2 stores now, so we are bound to see a split in the figures.
But also, this this store gets very little work done on it.
Yeah,
it's been weeks now.
It's been bad because I have not listed on this store this week, and I did bring work home with me from the office because I knew.
Or last week, was it? Or did you do any last week? Or?
Oh no, actually I didn't.
It's been about
I was listed on the general store last week.
I think it's been a good couple of weeks since any work has been done on this store.
So, it's good considering no work has really been done other than just shipping.
Yeah, literally all we do on it is shipping.
And probably running the odd promotion.
Yeah. We'll make sure that we're running our
I think that's it. Which, that's.
It brings in £400. The stock, we're not buying any stock for it at the moment.
No, it hasn't.
We've not bought any new stock for months. So stock hasn't been bought for months. We've still got some to list.
I think we've still got two. Is it 2 boxes of parts?
I think so. That we are going to get through.
But that is stuff that needs to be sorted, and
Yeah, exactly. So the profit on it is going to be more. So that's with no work. If it brings in £400, that's not bad, and it's looking like it's starting to spike up a little bit. We've noticed a few more European sales, so that is the RC store. Now moving on to
Kevin's saying, still don't think you should have 2 stores. Why pay the extra fees? We have really tried to talk
wrestled
about
with
this, and we're still wrestling with it.
Yeah.
We still haven't made a decision on the 2 stores. I do like having it separate because of the RC stuff. I do think it kind of gives the store a bit of an identity. I do like that about it.
And when we are more financially stronger, we will be buying stuff for it, and bear that just going back to it, this is literally all stock that's been paid for 10 million times over. It's it's all, this is just, after fees, it's basically just every week it's doing a minimum of £300 to £400. So it's dropped down a lot. We were doing a lot more on it. But still, if you're making £400 a week on stock that owes you nothing, without having to do any work on it as well, that's the cool thing. At the moment, we've not done any work to it. All we're doing is shipping out parcels. So in that respect, we're kind of still really wrestling with the two kind of store model. But it's going really well in that stuff.
Kevin, we haven't stopped focusing on RC.
No. Yeah.
So the RC is still there, and it's still what we want to invest in.
Yeah.
But we want to invest in a different way, and so until that happens, the RC is going to stay as mainly spare parts at the moment. Yeah.
And if anything, I think when we look at other people that are in the same category. We're doing pretty well considering how small our inventory is.
Yeah, I mean,
it sounds like 1,800 listings of RC sounds like a lot,
but it's really not. There are stores out there that are much bigger than ours.
Yeah,
much bigger than ours, and it's just...
so we're turning over a fair amount considering the age of the stock we've got, because it's vintage parts. It's the age of it and all that stuff. So we're pretty happy. I mean, Nick there says it's all gravy now, and great stuff, money for nothing. It is literally money for nothing. We're not having to work on this store. This is probably as passive as it's ever been. It's been about at least 2 or 3 weeks since we've listed anything, at least, and we've not bought anything for it for ages. Now, the general store is a bit better. It's the general store is doing is bringing up the rear, as it were. So a lot fewer transactions. So you can see this is the general store. We've got only 15 sales this week, but the average sale price is £37, and the average the overall sales for the last 7 days is £550. So that makes the our 7-day total in sales about £960, which has gone up over last week. Last week it was, I think it was about 600 or 700. I can't remember what it was. It was around that mark. So it's gone up. So it's a good move in the right direction. And again, this store is obviously taking up more time because I'm having to go out and look for stock. I've been out to the bins, as you guys have seen on some of the haul videos. I've been going out and sourcing clothes, and that takes a lot of time.
It does.
And last couple of days, I found nothing. Since making that video, the last couple of days I've been there, and it's just been.
But that's what they're like, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's you can go there one day and you find nothing, and like you sometimes go to them like twice in a day.
Yeah.
You know, so it is. You know, it's about keep going, really.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah. So this store takes more work, but it is more. It's quick turnover though. A lot of the stuff we're buying and putting in it's selling pretty quickly. So it makes it just makes me feel that it's. Yeah, it just makes me feel pretty good about it. So overall, we're just doing okay. Like we're about 960 quid for the last 7 days.
Yeah.
Hopefully we will keep going in that direction.
Yeah.
There's no guarantees, but it is just a case of just soldiering on with it, really. Couple of questions I've seen in the chat. Yeah, the Monocle says you've done the hard work, now reap the rewards. Yeah, exactly. I suppose
because I think we were talking about, was it? Did we say last week we were thinking about maybe getting rid of some of the stock? And we keep yo-yoing about it, don't we? Like some of it, like it's really, really, really weird actually, because there was a part that we pulled this week that we hadn't had a sales history on for, because you'd sent it to auction because you'd started trying to, you were just like, you know what, some of this stuff we should just try and get rid of. So Zaheer did a search for for sales history to see what parts hadn't had any sales for a certain amount of time since we had listed it. And
so these parts hadn't had any sales for 16 months or something.
Yeah, they were like packaging a part this week, weren't we? And we were like, well, the quantity isn't right, because like with our system, at the point of pulling out the sales, we can actually double check and make sure our numbers are correct when we're pulling the parts out. And it doesn't mean like we're stock checking everything, but it's a good way for us to kind of keep track and just make sure our numbers are all right on the listing. And it wasn't quite right. It was out by like one, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it turned out that was an auction.
And then when we did a search on the store, it turned out that we had sent that item to an auction. So, and it's really strange that we had sent it to auction and then it had sold
after over 16 months.
But on like the proper listing.
Yeah.
Like as in like the one normal, with like the normal quantity, not the auction one sold. So it was. Yeah, it's been quite funny. And it's been a bit of a funny week.
Mandy says, how many RC parts do you think you're in possession of right now? That's the thing. It's like, if we were to sell it all, it wouldn't make anywhere near.
It wouldn't.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we've got thousands of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the total amount, but yeah, I think we do flip flop because we get a bit stressed sometimes, and we're like, oh, we need to find the way. It's flip flopping is really annoying, but we do it all too often.
Yeah.
But currently, I think we're trying to just be like work on the general store.
Because we've like, I'm going to be honest, right? We've really doubted some of our decision making, right, over the past probably year. I'll definitely say about a year.
Yeah.
Okay. We really, really have doubted ourselves now, and sometimes I feel like we're not giving ourselves enough time for things to work out before we try and make a change again. And so, like with the store, because originally we decided to split the store like a while ago, and then because it was just me working on it, we ended up just closing it again and going, no, this isn't right, we should just work on one store. And then earlier this year I was like, no, I really do think splitting the store is a good thing to do. And then that's when we've decided to do it again. And I'm really happy with how it's gone so far.
Yeah.
But then you start getting those doubts and you start thinking, okay, maybe we should. And then I'm like, am I kind of changing my mind too early into how long am I meant to leave it for?
Yeah.
Did you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You talk to me all the time about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's when you've had. Yeah, seriously, making decisions is hard. The flip-flop is real, says Nick. I think especially when you've had... when you've been doing one thing for a while, you want to make sure that it's still profitable and it's still...
and it's still a good idea, or why you initially thought it was a good idea, is the reason it's still going. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? Yeah.
And Mandy says, we flip and flop. I change my mind several times a day. And I think, that's just... I think that's just it. It's you when you start doubting your decisions, it's just it can cause unnecessary headache. Like the Monocle has just made a comment about was it now you've made your money on RC parts. I guess it's either take what you've made and lot the rest and focus on general store, or let RC trickle in. And I think that the decision that we've decided to go with for now is, if we were to get rid of the RC stock, we'd be making a fraction of the money. Like at the moment, this stock is turning over, even on a bad week, 300 quid, good week 400, and in the coming months this tends to be these coming months tend to be the peak of the store, up till like April time. So we could be giving away a minimum of £400 a week turnover, £300-400 a week turnover, and we could be selling the whole lot. If we sold the whole lot, we'd be lucky to maybe get £1,000. Like, say if we did a massive job lot, like, you know, thousands.
I'm not even convinced we'd get that.
It's 8,000 RC parts, isn't it? And it's like, what the value of it is like huge.
Yeah, but I think it's the volume of the stock.
It.
I think we would
bulk.
end up selling.
It's bulk.
Like,
it's job lot bulk stock. Yeah. So you either have to just, with bulk stock, you either have to accept you're going to take very little money, take a bit of cash and run. Or you just allow it to sell at its pace. And the way we're trying to look at it is, it's like an investment for us that's now paying off. Like you guys have said, some of you, that we've done the work, and now we just have to let the money trickle in. And then if in the future we can add more to it, we'll keep on adding more to it. If we come across another bunch, just let it trickle in, and that's what we've decided. That's what we've decided to stick to for now. But that's,
I just want to say, like Nick says, no, don't lot it out. You've done the work, reap the money now, just let it run in. And the thing is, or
maybe set off deadlines that never sell. Well, that's what we're trying to do.
Going to try and do.
Because we've got a list of stock.
Because when we have spoken to people are like, you've put the hard work in, just let it keep going. Let it come in. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the $10 super chat after this live. Enjoy a treat break. That is so sweet of you. I really appreciate it. That's very kind of you.
It is.
It's decision. You know what? It's very strange how your decisions, like this year has been that year for us where we really doubted ourselves for the first time in quite a while. I think ever, really. I think this was the year, because this was the first year that we've seen like a struggle with the with eBay, and you know, but even that's not fully accurate, because when you add both the stores up, it's around where we were. But yeah, I think that's probably what we're going to do. What Nick said there about we have. What I tried to do is I found out all the listings that weren't selling. There was a couple hundred listings that have just never sold, which out of 1,800, 200 isn't that bad, bearing in mind we've got so many multis as well. But even those, sometimes you think, sometimes they just sell. It's just weird. Ryan says 150 episodes, what a ride. Mandy says £400 per week for effectively no work is not to be sniffed at. You're making the right decision. Let it trickle in and build the other store. Yeah, that's exactly the thing. And the other store takes a lot of time. The other store to do it properly. Like, one thing I want to also touch on, guys, is like I did a haul video the other day about what I found at my local bin, and I've had a couple of comments there about how it's amazing, we don't get that. And I think sometimes YouTube gives a really skewed perspective, because I can only make haul videos when I've had hauls. So obviously if I've had a good run and I've gone there and I've smashed it, got a bunch of clothes, I'm going to come onto YouTube, I'm going to be all excited about it. I'm going to be like, hey guys, look at this stuff I found. I'm so excited because I've found that stuff.
Some days we go there, okay, and you find
nothing.
One item, or you find nothing.
Yeah, last 2 days, because like you've been starting work later, so I've not had any reason to go into town, because it's not worth driving in just for the sake of one store. I pop in because it's local, and every time I've gone there, there's been nothing. And that happens a lot. That happens, it's kind of... you have to bear that in mind when you're watching like hauls and things, and maybe I need to just make that a bit more clear, because I don't want people to get the impression that like
You just go there and it's just waiting for you.
Because I've used the term honey hole before as well, where, you know, like I've definitely used that term before, where I used to have, and I think other people have used that term as well. I'm pretty sure Nick's used it as well. We all have our favourite charity shops and we all refer to them as honey holes, don't we? Because we think we've got these nice little charity shops that we do well in. But if you're honest, like 100% honest with yourself, and you think about it, even your favourite charity shop, think about it, there are plenty of times where you strike out. But the thing is, you find enough stuff consistently enough for you to think of it as a honey hole, compared to shops where you never find anything no matter how many times you go. So I think that's just something to bear in mind, guys. I just wanted to put that out there. Right. Nick says, I plan to bulk sell the deadlines from the car parts at some point, but need to give it all a good chance to shift. That's the thing, Nick. Just like Bec was saying, we had this packet of random screws that had been listed for over 16 months. So we had a number of them. And what I did was I sent a bunch of listings. I've sent a bunch of my listings to auction, which haven't sold, just to use my auctions, because I never use my auctions. So I thought, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll pick out all the listings I've never had a sell since listing them, and like that. So they're all the ones that I've never had a sell for over 16 months, and send them to auction. So the ones which had multiple quantities, it just sends one of them to auction, and the remainder stay live on the good till cancelled listing. And like Bec said, it was weird, but the very week that we do that, we've sold some of the stuff that has never sold up till now. And once it starts selling, you just don't know. So Wolfcat says, yes, it's strange that China can fake. China fake things. Yeah, that's always been an issue. eBay messes with all our heads, says Mandy.
Yeah,
it really can do. It really can do. It's just, you've got to stay firm in your like mindset. Stay positive, guys. I'm struggling to just have to keep going. Yeah, Pleasant Valley, that's it. You just have to you really do have to like believe in. I think it's just a confidence thing. And you know, it's weird that even after doing this for a good few years, it's so easy to just doubt yourself. Like you can think you're doing really well, and then like you know, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Let's go into the chat again. Question, did you check out the works? It's great for FBA. Not yet, because cash flow at the moment, but that is something that is on the list of the hills. Stu says, I've had plenty of days when I've hit over 10 charity shops and come home with precisely nothing. Yeah, see, that is the truth of it, Stu. Thanks for popping that in the comments, because I think, especially with those of us that do YouTube, you know, you're not going to make... Maybe I should make a video going, hey guys, today's charity shop haul. I went to 10 charity shops and...
here's what I found. Nothing.
Yeah. So I'm just going to sit here and eat this ginster steak pasty instead. Maybe I should do that. Because that's the thing. YouTube is wonderful in so many ways, but I never want to give people like that impression that it's always going to be great. Because it does happen. And Marideth says sometimes honey holes have stings. Frankie's Fine says, I put a call into eBay today as it seemed that my seller hub isn't updating. They said it hadn't updated since the 16th. I've had 4 sales since then and my numbers are not right. A lot of people are saying their sales graphs on eBay are not right. So, and Mandy says, I never strike out. Yes, we know. Some people have the knack, you know, and that is something pointing towards, obviously, like picking up more knowledge. Yes, if you're picking something up all the time, you're probably dropping standards for the sake of getting something, says TK. I don't know, because Mandy does pretty well, TK. So I think it depends. I really do think it's a combination of you do have to have bread and butter items, but also what you're comfortable with. So when I say that I go there and I don't find anything, I don't look in the women's bins.
No.
So, you know, there probably are loads of things in the women's bins. What was that?
I don't think the women's bins are as good as the men's.
No? You don't? No. It's difficult to tell though, because there's so much stuff just crammed in this. He's literally slipping off you, isn't he?
He's going to fall on the floor in a minute.
Frankie says, now I wonder what else isn't right or isn't being updated. Did my news listings go through, but they said they reported it and are working on it. Yeah, Frankie's fine. It's really frustrating because when we only, I've mentioned this before, like, as noobs, we can only tell when something's wrong on eBay when it's like outwards. We can't tell what's going wrong underneath, you know. Otherwise, we just think it's all fine, you know. That's pretty weird. Might try that, says Nick. I want to put everything on auction. Yeah. Random Screws, weren't they a 70s punk band? Always tell yourself it's going to be good. Mindfulness does work, says Crazy Daisy. You do have to be positive. Lol, an anti-haul. Yeah, well, I mean, I was just thinking, you know, it'd be good just to add some balance maybe sometimes, because I think it can give the wrong impression, like, you know, and you don't want people to go away thinking, oh, I never find anything, how comes he's found all this stuff? And it's not always accurate. We are having to foot a return from China for a 2 kilo parcel. We have already lost the £45 cost to ship it out. It sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
That sucks. That does suck.
That does.
A 2 kilo parcel. Wow, 45 quid. That's expensive. The sales graph thing is a worldwide glitch, says Richard Howe. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I mean, and those are the things that, like, we see. You know, imagine what else is going on there. You never know what's going on underneath. You just never know. Bread and butter is all about. It's about all I've got in the fridge right now. Says Pleasant Valley. Sometimes you just have to have the basics. We have been really getting to grips with that. We've had some really decent hearty dinners. I think we had jacket potato with cheesy beans the other night. That was pretty good. That was a good dinner. Jacket potato with cheesy beans is way better than it sounds. Trust me, I've got to say. And I'm not always like, you know, if Beck says to me, I will have jacket potato tonight, I'm not like, yay, you know. It's just, you're
like, where's the meat?
Yeah, I'm just but
it's pretty much what you say.
Pretty much. But I was one round. I thought it was pretty good. Determination is key. I will not come home without a boot full, says Mandy. Yeah, and I think the other thing is, like, you've got to be determined. You're right.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes it's easy to, especially if you've got honey holes, you can fall into the trap of going to them. And if there's nothing at your favorite shops, then you're like, oh, if there's nothing at my favorites, there's not going to be anything in the other ones. And that's the day where it was gonna, you know, be. George says jacket with beans and cheese is so underrated.
It is. It's really
I've
nice.
got to say, it's because we're trying to cut down, well, trying is the operative word. Trying to cut down on, like, the amount of meat-based dinners we're having, because it's expensive, isn't it, when you're eating meat every day?
I wouldn't say necessarily from,
It's a cost thing, really.
Yeah.
No? Wouldn't you say? I think we're trying to be more. We're trying to, like, reduce our weekly shopping bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, like, we can have leftovers and things, and trying to eat a bit more frugally. And we're like,
no. My thing is, like, the amount of leftovers that get wasted. So, like, if they don't get eaten either the next day or the following day, no one will touch them, and they end up getting chucked away. And I hate that because it's such a waste of food.
We found that.
And it's just like, why are you spending that money in the first place? What, to just chuck it in the bin? And that frustrates me.
We've got this terrible habit where we will put if leftovers don't get eaten the next day,
so it's
no one eats them.
It's like, there's two ways you can go around it. You can either make sure that your portion size is, like, when you're cooking it, like, really, really
But that's
correct.
difficult when I'm...
You never know how much this one's going to eat. So
hey, you can't be giving me some small portion.
Exactly. There's my problem, right? But then when there's leftovers, it gets left in the fridge, and then, you know, and so I've been making a real habit of, if there are leftovers, the next day, they get used in some way.
Yeah. Sue's in the chat as well. Hi, Sue. Hi, Sue. Love your video, says Crazy Daisy. Andrew says veggie, sausage and mash. It's not sausage and mash. Like, sausage and mash is a good meal as well. Veggie or regular, but mash. Yeah. You know, when you put a bit of mustard in it and cheese as well.
I do like
cheesy mash with a bit of mustard in it. Really good. Really good. Kevin says jacket with beans is a perfectly good meal. Jacket with cheesy beans under the grill. Yeah, it is a great. I really do feel that it's something I should I should be eating more of. Sounds good, Z. Plain bacon, egg, and chips is great. If not had for a while. Are you from my area, Crazy Daisy? I'll see. Oh, okay. Eggs are a good staple. Can do loads with, says Crazy Daisy. Yeah, we do like it. We do like it.
He's just gone asleep. Okay, you just
Can you hear that?
He's snoring.
Can you hear him?
Oh, he stopped.
Oh, he stopped now because we've stopped.
He's like,
I would
they've stopped talking.
jerk, man. Yeah.
So they've stopped talking.
Yeah.
They're listening to me snore.
Stu says jacket potato with beans and cheese is the tops. If you want to make a bit meatier, simply replace the cheese with lard. Thanks for the tip, Stu. I'll bear that in mind. Kevin says you only need meat about 3 times a week. Yeah, I think it's definitely helped cut down our waste, hasn't it? Like our meat, because we waste a lot of food, and you know, especially with everything that you're hearing nowadays about, like, you know, cutting down your waste and the effects on the environment. It does make you look at yourself.
I hate it. I hate it when food goes to waste and you end up chucking it out. It's just. Yeah.
It bothers you, doesn't it?
It does. It does.
Yeah, it bothered her really. I've got to say, I'll be lying if I was like, super bothered me. But I feel bad now afterwards. After you've, you know, I feel bad now. That counts for something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I don't want to waste food. I don't like wasting food anyway. You know, look at me. I eat all the food. Right. God, the chat has just jumped down a little bit. Jackets, then butter, then mixed herbs, then cheese, then beans, then coleslaw, and finally pepper. The best, says Fix It for Reason. That sounds like a really high-end jacket potato.
It does.
Sounds good. I have a package of wieners in the fridge too. That's the most expensive meat I can afford right now. Meat is crazy expensive.
It is expensive.
Leftovers with Z around. Barry sounds very dubious. No, you do.
Believe me, there are.
Because not only do I eat a lot, I like to eat different things every day. Like I you know.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I mean, the kids are like.
The kids
so
are great.
Easy to like just cook for and make meals for, and like even if I change up like the meal like just slightly, so say they had like I don't know the con carne.
Yeah.
Right. So say I make up that, and then the next day if we've got leftovers of that, and they then have a burrito.
Yeah.
You know, and it's things like that.
Yeah.
And the girls are like brilliant, even though it tastes like, you know, slightly the same, but just different slightly. They're great at that. You're not so much.
No.
It's not different enough.
No, it's got to be different. Freeze leftovers, then use them later. Spring onion in mash. Shazad says, I've just started a Just Giving campaign. This guy was given a small portion. This is not on. Exactly. Soup is really filling, says Crazy Daisy. See, I'm not sure. It's nice, soup, but then like...
You're not a fan of soup, are
No,
you?
I like soup, but...
No, but you're like, it's more of a lunch than a dinner.
Yeah, it's like a snack, isn't it? It's like a starter. Like a bit of soup, and then you eat the real thing after. Then you eat the real,
then you eat the
real thing
food
afterwards. Yeah. My mum used to wait a couple of days and put all the leftovers into a stew-like thing. Slum gillen, she called it. Says Frankie's Vines. My neighbour lost 5 stone only through walking 10,000 steps a day, and he didn't make any other lifestyle changes, says Wolf Cat. Really?
Yeah.
Anyway, isn't that why you got the dog? They deal with the leftovers, says Barry. Yeah, our dog is into all kinds of leftovers. Canadians waste food too. It's sad. I can't afford to waste food. Creative leftovers can be good. Yeah, I mean, when I actually sit down and eat them, I'm like, oh, this is really good. But you know, there we go. I've been trying to sell a PS4 bundle, says Alan Fernod. Buy it now option, but overseas scammers keep bidding, even though I will only ship in the UK. Any way to block non-UK bidders? I'm not sure, Alan. I'm not sure if you can. I would have thought you could, but I have not done that for a long while.
No.
Yeah, I've not done like a UK only sale for a while. If you're uncomfortable selling it, I mean, you do have the option. If someone from overseas bids, you can just remove their bid. I don't know if you've been doing that, but you should have the option to go in and remove someone's bid on your listing. I think there's a way to do that. If you Google it, it'll probably come up with how to do it. But we'll see. Oh, that's Alfie snoring. I thought it was. How am I going to snore while I'm talking? In Brixton, we have people's fridges to give and take to save waste. Sometimes I mix a bunch of leftovers in a baking dish and throw them in the oven. Can be tasty. Okay. Oh, damn it. Come on. Get yourself the World War II cookbook, says Wolfcat. It's brilliant dealing with leftovers and give them a new lease of life, like a new meal.
Yeah.
Okay. We had a club once in Sheffield called Crazy Daisy. Thought it was. Okay. Wow. Okay. Why does everyone leave behind the bread knob in the bread bin? People open another loaf because they refuse to eat the knob. Do you mean like just the thick bit of bread at the end? I eat that. I normally make toast, like cheese toast. Like
yeah,
grilled
the
cheese.
girls normally like the ends of the bread.
Yeah.
Because they normally like have like jam or on toast or something like that. They'll eat it like that. So. Yeah,
exactly. Chili on baked potato is the bomb, says Frankie's Finds. Z, is that trimming down waste or waste? I need to trim down on both of those, Pleasant Valley. And Sue says we fight over the knobs in our house. I didn't know they were called knobs. Is that what they're called?
I don't know.
Is that what
It's
bread?
me.
We just call them the end bits. That's our technical term. Man, we call them knockers in this house. What? Really?
We just call them
the end
ends.
bits.
And we need to be more creative.
Knobs and knockers. We just call them the end bits. Like the end. Do you want a bit of end toast?
Yeah. The end.
Do you want the end? Yeah. Okay. Interesting. You learn something new.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay, guys, you could start a new channel, Creative Low Cost Meals for resellers. There's plenty of low cost meal channels, which are good.
Yeah.
Buyer requirements can be used to block bidders such as that. There you go, Alan. Yeah, you've seen it. Yeah. So you can use that to block. I thought there was something you could do. My mind's not with it. We have a saying: eat breakfast like an emperor, dinner like a king, and tea like a beggar. See, I've heard that before. I've heard that before, Wolfcat, and I would like to live according to that at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah. In America, they're called heels. I call them outsiders, says Jason. Barry says the end of the bread is my mum's favourite bit. I prefer the middle, says Barry. Wow, it's amazing how much conversation comes out of the end bits of the bread. Have heard it called the heel of the bread loaf. On a sliced loaf, it's the crust. On a French loaf or bloomer, it's a noggin. Sue's just coming in with some next level knowledge. Man, this is some next level knowledge. Oh gosh. That I didn't even know that. I'm back. Has Zaheer managed to missell anything in my absence? No
apart from the trousers. I don't know if you were here at the start of the chat.
Yeah, I got the colour wrong.
Described them as brown and they're green.
Yeah, apart from that.
So yeah,
brown, green. They were like a muddy green though.
Yeah.
They were, to be fair. So
yeah.
we've
so
got
apart
a return.
from that, we were good.
Call it the crust. Yeah, we've called it the crust in the past.
Crust, yeah.
We've called it the crust in the past, but I never heard it called noggin and knockers and bell. Was it?
Yeah.
Was it end?
Yeah. Sue's got a good question. What do you call the TV remote? In this house, it's called the remote.
The remote.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, we used to call it the flicker.
The flicker or the clicker, but the clicker, yeah. So your dad used to call it the flicker.
The flicker.
The flicker. The clicker I can understand.
Yeah, because you can flick through the channel, isn't it?
Oh, the flicker.
Yeah, the flicker.
So, I would have gone for the click. I don't know why, but but we just call it the remote.
Yeah, no, because you flick through the channels.
Flicker.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Sue? Our TV remote is the Ubri Dobber. Wow, Sue, that is pretty amazing.
That is a good name.
Pretty amazing. Andrew says we'll make a clothing seller out of you, Z. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, thank you, Andrew.
You need to give him some tips,
Yeah,
man.
definitely.
Especially with colours and what clothes should fit. You know.
Oh, this is interesting.
A man and a woman.
This is interesting. Who here has made pumpkin pie? This is important.
Oh yeah, this is an important question. We were discussing this week.
This has been the remote. Yeah, the remote. Yeah. Oh, Kenneth has called it the Fjernbachinjangen.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what it is, but oh, and apparently it's my husband's. But who here has made pumpkin pie or eaten pumpkin pie?
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to know.
We need to know.
I make pumpkin pie.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, is it sweet or savoury?
Yeah.
So I know I could probably find this out.
We're really, really silly, right? Because neither of us have really tasted
Do you know,
pumpkin
I've
before.
wanted to eat pumpkin pie ever since I watched iRobot. I don't know if anyone has seen iRobot with Will Smith. In the beginning, he eats some of his grandma's his favourite pumpkin pie, and I've always fancied it. And then I'd forgotten about iRobot and pumpkin pies, and then this year, because Halloween's coming up,
I keep seeing pumpkins everywhere, and I want to make some pumpkin pie.
She said I want to make a pumpkin pie. I was like, oh, okay, that might be interesting.
But I'm not sure how it's meant to turn out.
And you were like, is it savoury or sweet? And I was like, well, I remember Will Smith eating it, and like I think it was meant to be sweet. I can't tell. Junk Girl says sweet. And Antoinette says I've made pumpkin pie. I don't even know what pumpkin tastes like. Only ever light it for Halloween. See, that's the thing. We've never. I don't think I've ever had pumpkin. I don't think
it's meant to be sweet.
Is it? Oh, it was the Danish word for remote. I can't even pronounce that, Kenneth. I tried.
And Barry Francis says we're in the UK. Pumpkins are only grown in to make lanterns, aren't they?
Well, that's what the thing is. If you can make really nice pie out of it, I think it'll be really sweet. Yeah. That's it. You've got to make a pie.
If it doesn't, I know pumpkin soup can be sweet or savoury. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, crazy daisy.
Pumpkin soup is good, says Claire. I really want some pumpkin pie now.
Well, this is sounding really good.
It's sweet, sugar and nutmeg, says Brandy. Oh, all right, can we challenge you to make me a pumpkin pie?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a challenge. You got. Are you gonna? You can't make me a pumpkin pie.
I so can.
No, you can't.
I can.
Oh.
No, he's got
Reverse
his own
psychology, see? There's no way you can make me a tasty pumpkin pie. I'll probably eat it.
And this is going to be quite interesting then.
Pie is
sweet. Okay.
I can't wait. I'm really excited. Oh, different type of. Can you not use the pumpkin that they? What about the pumpkin?
We're gonna have to see.
From all the supermarkets here are selling pumpkins for like Halloween. So like, will those pumpkins be okay? Or are those just grown? Because I'm thinking, we're gonna
have to see. I think.
Because what I'm thinking is, imagine if those aren't even edible. What if they were just gross? I made pumpkin pie, but got the pumpkin from a tin, which had the recipe on the side. Wow, I didn't even know you could get tinned pumpkin. You can use them. I use jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, says Matt. Oh,
okay.
So you use them after Halloween's done.
Okay, carving pumpkin, not for.
Oh, Brandy says must be a cooking pumpkin. Carving pumpkin, not for cooking.
We'll have a look. I'll see what they've got in the shops then, because. Obviously, I don't want to try it and then be put off it. Yeah. Either.
Oh, that would be really upsetting. Actually, I really want to make sure,
Right. We've kind of hit 9 o'clock. I know Andrew's going live.
Got to go, folks. My fans are waiting. I love the I love the I love the modesty there. My fans are waiting. My people are waiting. Andrew is drinking with Andrew. Is going to be on his channel now. So for those of you that want to pop over and say hi, we'll be popping over to it later, I'm sure.
Okay, Wolfcat's also saying yes, you can.
Wolfcat saying it's okay. Yes, of course you can use that flesh. They are pumpkins, aren't they? You scoop the flesh out. I know, but I was just wondering if they're made so bad, if they're made, because I can't believe they will have made them very nice. In the UK, they're the same, says Claire. Yeah, so I guess we don't have a massive amount of pumpkin creation. pumpkin selling. So it's not a big thing. So it might well be.
Thank you for all your...
Thank you for the pumpkin knowledge. I appreciate it.
It was bothering us this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Really lovely to see you all on Andrew's stream. We don't care about Andrew. Keep talking. He'll be on all night. No, Tommy, we need to stop as well. We've been on for over an hour. Thank you for popping in, Tommy, by the way.
Yes.
You can buy canned pumpkin, says Brandy. Yeah, I might try some.
They all come from the same seeds.
You have to make me a pumpkin pie this weekend.
Okay, right, we're going to try it.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow? I think the girls are making Halloween cookies tomorrow, so...
People can't you make pumpkin instead? Can't you?
Well, no, I might do it tomorrow, or I might do it Sunday. We'll see.
Well, I'd like it tomorrow.
It'll be over the weekend.
Yeah, but I'd like it tomorrow.
Okay, all right. You can have it tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. See, this is what he does. Okay, that was him.
But I'll be so hungry without it.
I know, you're going to be so hungry. I know. What on earth would you eat?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Well, no pumpkin pie.
You've got no pumpkin pie, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you guys for popping in. Really appreciate it. You guys have been fantastic.
Yes.
This is our 150th Chinwag.
And I'm sorry that we didn't organise anything.
Yeah, I'm really... Do you know what we should...
and, something more interesting than just us chatting.
Yeah. I'm really gutted about that. Z sounds like Cartman says much. Z, you looked about 7 then, wanting it tomorrow. But I do want it tomorrow.
Yeah. See, this is the face that he does when it's like, when he just wants it. And he's just like, I just want it tomorrow.
But I do.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and so thank you for watching. We need to figure out something to do special. We're going to be approaching 5,000 subscribers at some point as well, so maybe we can do something special then. Like we'll come up with something cool.
We will. We'll come up with a good idea for that.
I really do appreciate you guys popping in. It's so kind of you. Thank you for spending the evening with us chatting absolute rubbish. Puppies. Is that what it is?
Yeah. And I was saying, I bet you can't make the pumpkin pie.
Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, I bet she can't either. At 200, another Z head shave or Bec head shave. I'm not sure. We're gonna have to figure something out.
We're gonna have to think about it.
Yeah, we'll have a think. Mary Death, again, thank you so much, Mary Death, for the super chat. That was so super kind of you. Appreciate it. Head over to Andrew. BCP did put Andrew's chat in the link. For those of you that
link in the chat,
and we can all go over there and have a laugh. Yes. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.